this is the key, and I'll kind of distill it down to the skill and the will. The first part is, does the partner have the will to do digital marketing? And then secondarily, do they have the skill? If they don't want to do it, you can't make them. But here's what I discovered during the pandemic is, if you're accruing MDF, and presumably that MDF was being spent on some sort of partner activity, we couldn't do face-to-face events anymore. There was no funding golf. People were getting kind of worn out on webinars. So what are you really investing in? And so the question is do you have the will to move beyond? And the good news is most partners really did that. You've heard that same famous phrase from Satya Nadella, 2 years of digital transformation or 7 years of digital transformation in 7 months. Right. And it's continued. I think the ones that have been successful were the ones that maybe they didn't have the skill, but they had the will. They wanted to try. And I think that's the first step. The second step is then figuring out, what does it take to do next generation digital marketing? And I think that's where you go from a little bit of defining what that, in the session, we called it a maturity model. Yep. Someone else called it a health index, which I really liked a lot. I think health index is more instrumental in terms of what you want, or even just baselining your marketing skill against the ecosystem. I think that's another great way to think. What's your baseline? And from that baseline, what are the things that you need to work on? Which I think is probably the most pragmatic approach.